Hello. My name's Edith Crawley.
Lady Edith Crawley, I know. Second daughter of the house.
In charge of non-medical welfare. So whatever you need in the way of errands run or books to read, then I'm your man.
Thank you. I hope this doesn't put you off.
I can assure you at this stage there isn't much that puts me off.
Did they tell you we're related?
Yes. But I'm afraid I'm not much good at family history. Although Papa's found an aunt in 1860 who married a Gordon. Perhaps that's a clue.
No, that isn't it.
Well, as I say, I'm hopeless.
I thought you'd recognize my voice. But, of course, I sound Canadian now.
You mean we've met before?
Do you really still not recognize me?
I know. Why am I being so silly?
It's funny, isn't it? I came here all the time when I was growing up.
You were here? At Downton? But you're not saying you're...
Patrick. Yes, I am. That's exactly what I'm saying. I've just been hoping you'd realize without my having to spell it out.
But Patrick's...
Dead? Drowned on the Titanic?
I don't understand. Why didn't you just tell them who you were?
Because I couldn't remember. I don't know if it was the blow to the head or the shock or the cold, but I had no memory. As far as I knew, I was Canadian.
So what happened?
Well, I had no reason to go back to England, so in the end, I took my name from a gin bottle, and then in 1914, I joined Princess Pat's infantry.
And what changed?
I was caught in a big explosion at Passchendaele. When I woke up, it all came back. Suddenly, I knew who I was. I began to call myself Patrick again.
It must be so hard for you, what with Mary getting married.
Did I love her very much?
Well, I'm the wrong person to ask.
Because you were the one who really loved me, you mean?
I never thought Patrick knew.
Well, he did. I do.
Papa, can I have a word?
Now? What is it?
I think you better sit down.
Major Gordon, Edith has given me an account of your conversation.
She said she would.
I wish you'd spoken to me first. Obviously, I need time to consider what you've said.
Well, I can offer little proof, except that I know things only the real Patrick would know. I was never fingerprinted or anything.
Presumably, you understand that people would be seriously affected should your story be true.
You mean Cousin Matthew?
It would be very hard on Matthew.
Of course it would, but... Robert, I mean, Lord Grantham, if you'd prefer it.
I would, until we know more.
When I was in hospital, I had my story written down. So you can have it checked, as far as that's possible.
Thank you. I'll send it to my lawyers in London, and I'll break the news to the family tomorrow. Where did you learn to do that?
Do what?
I'm sorry if it's a bit of a crush. I didn't want to be overheard.
Are we talking financial ruin or criminal investigation?
Neither. I'll get straight to the point. We have a patient who has been badly burned who goes by the name of Patrick Gordon. But he claims to be Patrick Crawley.
But I thought he was dead. Didn't he drown on the Titanic?
Well, of course, it is what we all thought until now.
They never found a body.
They never found lots of bodies.
I'm so sorry, but I'm not quite on top of this. Who's Patrick Crawley?
The man who would displace me as heir. If he's alive, then I am no longer the future Earl of Grantham.
It's ridiculous. How can it be true? Where's he been hiding for the last 6 years?
In Canada, suffering from amnesia.
He does have a story that would explain it. I'm not quite sure about how to test the facts.
He knows all sorts of things that only Patrick or someone very close to him would know.
What a stupid thing to say. Any fortune teller at a fair comes up with a dozen details he couldn't possibly know.
There's no need to be angry. This young man is either Patrick or he's not. There must be a way to find out. Is he like Patrick to look at?
He isn't like anything to look at.
I've sent his account up to George Murray in London to ask for his advice.
But what a waste of time and money.
What's the matter? We were all so fond of Patrick. You were going to marry him, for heaven's sake. Aren't you glad if he survived?
Dear me. Should I be worried?
Certainly not. This man is a fake and an imposter.
Not a shock exactly, but obviously it was a tremendous surprise.
So what happens next?
Papa has sent your statement up to a solicitor. What is it? Do you remember this place?
Of course I do.
How we used to hide over there?
Wasn't there a governess none of you liked?
Fräulein Kelder.
That's it. Fräulein Kelder. What fun we used to make of her.
Do you know, I do recognize you now.
Do you? But the others don't believe me, do they? Not like you.
I think they want to be certain.
But how can they ever be? If the lawyer casts even the slightest doubt, won't that give them the excuse to cut me out and stay with Matthew? If only one of them recognized me.
They will do, soon.
No, they won't. They've forgotten me. I'm a stranger to them now!
Well, you're not a stranger to me.
It's very complicated. Lowe was the only officer to go back to the site of the wreck. He did pull some people out of the sea, and it seems one of the men was unidentified.
There.
One of the reports has him dying before they reach the Carpathia.
Precisely.
Another witness says the man did get to New York alive, but there's no clear record of his name.
Which could be Patrick Crawley.
There's more. There was a Peter Gordon who worked with Patrick at the Foreign Office. Now, he emigrated to Montreal in 1913.
Yeah. When his face was blown away, he decided every cloud has a silver lining. He was perfectly placed to impersonate his dead friend. I mean, no doubt they shared confidences. So he just brushed them up and put himself forward for a major inheritance.
Granny's right. All he needed was a survivor from the Titanic who was unaccounted for, and he found one.
What's happened to Major Gordon?
He's gone.
But he can't have. When?
After breakfast. We couldn't very well stop him. The war's over. He left this for you. What does it say?
It was too difficult. I'm sorry. P. Gordon.
P for Patrick or P for Peter?
I know what you think, but I don't accept it. We drove him away. His own family drove our cousin away.